I hope everyone had a wonderful time yesterday, attending all the sessions, visiting the exhibit hall, and most of all, networking. The GEOINT Symposium is always a great opportunity to meet new friends and form new relationships. So I hope you all are hard at work at that. I will tell you, yesterday was a pretty special day for me. We started with a very important discussion on neurodiversity. It is a topic we need to keep front and center, and I look forward to being a part of that continuing conversation. It was also terrific to hear the stories from the former CEOs of USGIF and how they built and sustained this symposium and USGIF for 20 years. And if past is prologue, their memories and lessons learned showed me that the next 20 years holds an even greater promise than I think all of us can imagine. A greater promise for this symposium, for USGIF, and most of all, for our GEOINT community. A big thanks to Keith and Rhonda for your unwavering service to us all. Shout out to Stu Shea. We missed him. I did text with him this morning. He's doing better. And thanks to Robert, as always, for jumping in on a moment's notice. Great job. And I have to say, Marlee, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to talk to you last night, you are such an impressive leader already. I can definitely see CEO in front of your name someday. So we're going to be watching you for the next 20 years. We also heard from NGA Director Trey Whitworth, and he made it clear that NGA will continue to show the way from seabed to space, and as the premier provider of GEOINT to protect the nation's security interests, to protect all of us. And GEOINT supremacy, I like it. Pretty bold. It's a bold agency. And then, of course, on the government stage, my good friend Lee Schwartz, who has the best title ever, the Geographer of the United States. Who wouldn't want that title? Anyway, Lee brought us back to our fundamentals. He reminded us that for all of the advanced technologies we have, and they are very important, at the center of all we do is the beating heart of a geographer. Thank you, Lee, for that reminder. I also got a chance to talk to him last night. It's the networking, Rhonda. It really is. Now, before I give you a rundown on today's agenda, I want to highlight a USGIF initiative that is especially meaningful to me. I attribute much of my personal success to the outstanding education I received from Virginia Tech. Go Hokies, yes. A quality education is, it's key. It's the key to success for everyone, particularly disadvantaged populations. For 20 years, this foundation has focused its mission to build the community, advance the tradecraft, and accelerate innovation. So I'm especially proud to make the following announcements. 6 generous USGIF corporate members have established new recurring scholarships. AWS, Amazon Web Services, is sponsoring a $10,000 scholarship for inclusive leadership in GEOINT to a student studying a GEOINT-related field who embodies AWS's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Leidos is sponsoring a $10,000 scholarship for artificial intelligence and machine learning advancement. It will be awarded to a graduate or postgraduate student who uses AI, advanced analytics, or machine learning for geospatial research. $10,000 GDIT Horizons Scholarship will be awarded to one graduating high school senior who intends to study STEM or a geospatial field. And this honor is especially meaningful as it will go to someone who is a first-generation college student, comes from a diverse background, or is attending community college. Do you see how each one of these are different? Greater St. Louis, Inc. continues to open doors toward establishing this fine city as a gateway for GEOINT. It is sponsoring a $10,000 GeoFutures St. Louis scholarship to a student who is an undergraduate in a continuing education certificate program or in a trade or vocational school. They must be studying in a geospatial or related field, come from the St. Louis area, and attend a St. Louis region institution. So continuing to build St. Louis as the geospatial gateway. And then additionally, the owners of the historic Globe building, I'm assuming some of you have visited already, home to several geospatial companies and a SCIF for classified GEOINT work, have established its St. Louis Scholarship. It's a $5,000 recurring scholarship awarded to one St. Louis area student studying geospatial or related field. And in a first for USGIF, the Westway organization is establishing its scholarship for veterans. $5,000 recurring scholarship will be awarded to a veteran studying geospatial or a related field. And I had the opportunity, I ran into the president of Westway, so I had the opportunity to thank him personally. I mean, I will tell you, these 6 new scholarships, combined with the donations during the last year, have increased the foundation's scholarship funds by more than 50%. So USGIF now offers a total of 11 recurring scholarships worth more than $100,000 a year. In addition to the 6 new scholarships I just mentioned, let's also recognize Riverside Research, RGI, Maxar, Evona for their continued sponsorship of USGIF scholarships. Please join me in a round of applause for all of these forward-looking organizations. They clearly know what it will take for this community to continue to succeed in the future. So just big thanks to everyone. Okay, I have another announcement before we get to the agenda, and I'm pretty excited about this one too. As you already heard, I'm a proud Virginia Tech Hokie. Rhonda Schrank, CEO of USGIF, is a proud graduate of the University of Maryland. Fear the turtle. So this year, USGIF has accredited certificates in geospatial intelligence at both Virginia Tech and the University of Maryland. These programs join USGIF's community of accredited colleges and universities. I think we're over 20 now, I think maybe up to 23, that offer GEOINT certificates and degree programs at both the graduate and undergraduate level. The programs benefit the students clearly. It also benefits the GEOINT community because their cross-discipline coursework reflects the community's hiring needs. The credential shows hiring organizations that the certificate holder has gained the foundational knowledge along with the technical and critical thinking skills that they need to make a positive difference in this community. Now, higher education is only one of the important elements of USGIF's mission to educate. Yesterday's program reflected our culture of innovation and partnership, the dozens of opportunities that you all had to learn, from the panels to the training to the lightning talks, everything. I think it set a pretty high standard for the rest of this week. I'm pretty confident, however, that today's program is going to match or even exceed yesterday's. So let's get on with it. The theme for today's events weaves a story of how our community must contribute to global peace, security, and prosperity. Our program this morning begins in space as we recognize we must defend this new domain. In a few moments, NRO Director Chris Scalise and former Congressman, the Honorable Jim Cooper, will come on stage to discuss space and our national security role in protecting it. They're going to focus on how our partnerships are vital to leverage space to make our nation stronger and safer. The panel addresses a topic I believe, so that's the first panel. The following panel addresses a topic I believe will fuel our future in space. It's the future of our underrepresented and underserved communities. As our experience in St. Louis proves day after day, we can, we should, we must cultivate STEM and GEOINT talent in these communities. It's a business imperative to encourage diverse workforces. It's a moral imperative to reach out to those communities who may not know or may not understand what we do. It is the best decision we can make to expose them to our business and its challenges and to ask them to join our ranks. So we're going to have a panel focus there. And then later this afternoon at the YPG Hub, NGA Deputy Director Tanya Wilkerson and NGA Human Development Director Vieta Williams will dig into the guts of this process. They're going to talk about the specifics of hiring, training, retaining a diverse workforce for the long term. And then our last panel this morning, here on the main stage, we're going to turn our sights back to the challenges and opportunities of the global economy. How do we finance innovative endeavors, particularly in a world of tight credit, with everything that's going on here in the US and around the world? How are corporate players evolving? And of course, the always critical topic of what are the practical prospects for changes in government contracting and acquisition practices. I've had a lot of questions about acquisition from a lot of the younger folks across the workforce, so I'm hoping we're going to hear some new ideas this afternoon. Now, to return to the theme, remember that among the many factors that influence global success, these two stand out: readily available, talented, skilled employees, and I think a pretty simple but overwhelming decision advantage. Geospatial knowledge is the foundation for the world economy. So this afternoon, to bring the day full circle, a panel of 4 NGA experts will discuss the future of GEOINT for national security at the Government Hub. And you're going to hear, they are some of NGA's most experienced creative thought leaders, and I really encourage you to attend that one. And then, at the end of the day today, we're going to have some fun. First, from 5 to 6:30, not that we're not having fun all day, but at the end of the day, from 5 to 6:30, USGIF's Young Professionals Group networking reception will take place on the 5th floor of the T-Rex Innovation Center, which is just a couple blocks down the road. All young professionals are invited to connect with fellow young professionals, explore the T-Rex, and network. And you all can define what young means. Based on are you guys awake? You're supposed to laugh. Based on my previous visits, I think everyone will want to experience this amazing place. Visit the Moonshot Labs, the GEOINT Hub, the Geospatial Innovation Center, and the Extended Reality Lab. There's really been a number of impressive achievements over the past couple of years. Then we'll close out the evening with a great party that I'm sure will be very memorable for all the best reasons. It's the St. Louis-made Party on the Plaza. Come join us from 6:30 to 8:30 for a lively evening with the St. Louis geospatial community. We'll gather beneath the iconic Gateway Arch at the old courthouse overlooking the river. And this is going to happen rain or shine. I don't think there's any rain in the forecast. If you haven't been there at night, it really is a beautiful view. You know, you see the whole river, downtown St. Louis. It's quite extraordinary. And you'll meet leaders from across the St. Louis ecosystem. You'll learn how St. Louis is innovating and investing to ensure that the future of geospatial is St. Louis made. There'll be live music, entertainment, food trucks, satellite bars, games, lounge zones, you name it, it'll be there. Plenty of photo ops with friends. And don't forget your badges, because you're going to need that to get in. So Rhonda and everyone at USGIF have put together quite a day for us. So let's get started.